Welcome. Thanks for joining us for this bedtime yoga series, a 30-minute practice you can do anytime, but it's nice to do a practice right before bed. It'll help settle you, relax you so that you can get to bed easier, hopefully stay asleep longer as well, and wake up refreshed and ready for the next day. We are going to start with a few deep cleansing breaths to release whatever's been going on so far in the day. So we'll take a deep breath in. When you exhale, if you'd like to breathe out through your mouth, promoting a longer exhalation to help you release even deeper. Okay, we'll do that 2 more times. So feel your body release on that long exhalation. Take a nice full deep breath in and release. And then we're going to start with a very gentle half roll with the head from side to side, loosening up the neck. You can inhale one way, exhale the other. Sitting up nice and tall. This time, as you bring your head over your shoulder, keep it there for a moment. And then angle your chin down towards that side of your chest. And then move your chin down to center. And we'll slowly come to the other side, ear in line over your shoulder. And then we'll angle that chin down towards that side of the chest. Come back to center. Slowly lift your head up. And with an exhale, slowly bring your chin down. We'll do that 2 more times with breath, inhaling up, exhaling down. 1 more time. Good. This time, as you inhale, bring back to center and exhale, looking over your shoulder. And we'll hold it there for a moment. And then slowly come back to center and move your head to the other side. Hold it there for a few breaths. And we'll slowly come back to center. Release and roll those shoulders out. Take a few slow circles in one direction, inhaling, lifting, exhaling, releasing down. And then we'll move in the opposite direction. Inhaling, lifting, exhaling, releasing down. Good. And we'll come back and we'll release these legs. And I'm just going to turn to the sides. You can see better what I'm doing. I'm going to bring my hands behind. I'm going to have my knees bent, feet on the floor, and just a slow movement from side to side with the legs. Okay. And this will help to loosen up the hips a little bit more. Move with your breath. This time, as you drop your knees to one side, we're going to look over the other side for a bit of a twist. And then come back to center. And drop your knees to the other side. Look to the other side. And come back to center. This time, we're going to sit up straight and tall and allow your knees to drop out to the sides. Bring the soles of your feet together in the butterfly pose. A little bit more loosening up for that lower back in particular. We're going to do a slow rotation around with our upper body. So just a few more times like that in that direction. And then we'll move the other way, slow, rolling movement, breathing here, coming back up to center, sitting up nice and tall. We'll slowly come over for a few breaths. If you have your bolster close to you, this is always nice to support the head for a few breaths. Okay, and then when you're ready, we're going to slowly come out of this one. Bring one hand to your foot, one hand to the bolster, take it away. And we're going to make sure we've got everything we need to be comfortable. Okay, so if you're a little cool and you want to cover up a bit, have a blanket. It's winter here right now, so you might find yourself a little bit colder at night. And we're going to come onto the back, have your belt close to you. If you don't have a belt, it's okay. You can get by without it, but it is handy. All right. So we're just going to take a few moments, let the back settle into the floor here. Okay, keep the knees bent. Let's stretch the arms out to the sides and start to move the legs again from side to side in this position. So we might feel it a little bit differently here. And we're moving across the back, across the lower back, feeling that. Keeping both shoulders down. And you can move with your breath, inhaling, centering, exhaling, lowering to one side. And we'll inhale back to center. We're going to do a different kind of pose now. This is actually from the yin tradition. We're going to do what's called the banana pose. So you're going to lift your hips up slightly and you're going to push them over to the right side. Okay, you're going to reach your arms up over your head and just start to come over to the left side. It's like you're in that side bend crescent shape with your upper body here, feeling a nice gentle opening. Now, if you'd like to, you can go ahead and stretch out through your legs. See if that feels comfortable. You can slide your legs over to the left as well. Try to keep both hips down and maybe even crossing that right leg over the left, but try not to lift the right hip up. Just settle that right hip back down. So you can visualize your body in the shape of a banana. And you can do whatever feels good for your arms, whatever hold makes sense. So you can hold your wrists, hold your forearms. Breathing here. We'll stay here for a couple more breaths. Okay, then we're going to slowly come back to center. We're going to bring the arms back to center, bring your knees up with your feet on the floor, recenter your body. And then we're going to shift the hips over to the left. You're going to slide the arms over to the right. You can straighten out your legs and cross your left. If it feels okay, you can cross your left ankle over your right, drop your left hip down a bit, but come into that banana pose again on this side. And again, just make yourself comfortable, do what feels good, release, let gravity pull you down here through your shoulders, your arms, your head, down through your back, hips, and legs and feet. Breathing here. I'll stay for 2 more breaths. And then this time you can slowly start to make your way out of this. Bring your feet to the floor, recenter here. Arms can reach over your head for a nice stretch, and then release them down. Bring your feet right close in towards your hips. We're going to plant the feet and really help to realign the spine by lifting up into the bridge. And on the exhalation, come back down your spine slowly. And just continue to move here with your breath flowing up into the bridge and all the way back down on the exhale. 2 more times like that. Good. All right. This time, as you release your back into the floor, just let that settle there. Let's slowly bring the right knee in towards the chest. You can roll through the right ankle, opposite direction. You can roll with your hands behind your leg, roll a little bit more just for the lower leg and foot. In opposite direction. And then finally do some hip circles, roll that leg around, right, originating this movement right from your hip. Helping to warm up and loosen your joint. Also lubricates it. So then we'll be ready to come into a deeper stretch here. I am going to use the belt at this point, and we are going to place the belt on that right foot. So I like to place it just below the toes, the ball of the foot. And we're going to start with a bit of movement. So we're going to bend the knee in towards the chest like we're doing half happy baby here. And then push that foot back up and straighten and stretch that leg. Okay, we can alternate a few more times. Inhale, bend, and exhale to stretch and straighten. Okay. This time, just hold your leg in that position as you straighten. Find the place that works for you the best to get a nice stretch here through your leg. So you can let your arms relax a bit more if you want to just bring your hands down further on the belt, releasing your elbows. I like to gently pull on the ends of the belt down towards the earth at the same time lifting up through the heel. And finding just the right amount of stretch for that whole leg here. It also helps, we can point and flex the foot. So you might find the belt comes off slightly, but just try your best to keep the belt on. We're going to point the toes up and then drop the toes down. You can pull on the belt a little bit more there. And lift the toes up and drop the toes down. Pull on the belt and release and lift the toes up. One more time, drop the toes down. Good. We're going to bring both ends of the belt into the right hand. We're going to open that leg out to the right side for a moment. I like to anchor my left side. So with my left knee bent, I drop that left knee out to the left side. And that keeps me centered on the lower back, right on the sacrum as I reach and extend out through the right leg. Okay, just 2 more breaths here. Next time you inhale, slowly come back to center. We are going to stay on this leg, but we're going to switch hands. I'm going to straighten out through the left leg, reach out through the right arm, Come into the stretch now. We'll move through the outer area of that leg into the IT band area. And it can be very tight there. I'm just moving my leg slightly over to the left side, holding that for a few breaths. If it starts to release, you can move the leg a little bit deeper over to the left. Keep that right shoulder down. From here, we're going to actually bend that knee, and we're going to see if we could take that foot down. I'm going to bend my other knee too. This is a bit of a different pose here. So it's like I'm in that reclined pigeon, ankle to the thigh when I come back to center, but I'm going to drop that right foot down and press into the right inner thigh for a moment, getting a little bit of that deeper sensation here in the hip. See if that feels okay for you. It might be tricky to see what I'm doing, but yeah, just dropping the right foot down over to the left leg resting there with the knee bent. When you're ready to come out of it, come back to center. You'll be ready for the reclined pigeon. Ankle to the thigh, the right ankle to the left thigh. And if you'd like, you can use your belt to slide behind your left leg. You can use your hands, looping them behind the left leg. You can use a block underneath your left foot. Pausing here. So deciding how deeply you want to go into it. Sometimes when you're moving deeper into your hip, you can even slide your hands to the front of your shin there. Just be where you are, breathing, helping those hips to release. Stay here for 2 more breaths. And then you can slowly release, letting go through that right leg, getting your belt ready for the next side. The left side will bring the left knee in towards the chest. Start with a few circles, moving up through your joints, starting with the foot and ankle. On the left side now, rolling through, and then just moving through the lower leg for the knee. Move one direction and then switch. And then finally move right from the hip joint. I like to support my leg, keep my hand on that leg so that it's nice and relaxed and I can really loosen up that joint. And then you can place your belt on your foot. And we'll start in the happy baby again. For this one, you can reach your hands as high as they go up your belt for a moment. And then you can start to straighten. So let your hands slide down the belt, straighten your leg up. Let's alternate bending and straightening. Inhale to bend, exhale to stretch and straighten your leg. All right, this time let's hold that position straight up with the leg. Find your place where you feel the stretch. You can, again, you decide how far down you let your hands slide on the belt. You can let your arms go completely. And then pointing the toes up and dropping the toes back down. At that point, I will pull a little bit on the belt toward the floor. And then lift the toes up and drop the toes down. And do that a couple more times. Good. Holding it there with your toes down. Belt shifting into your left hand. We're going to open that leg out to the left side. If you want, you can drop this right leg over to the right. And open right through, pushing out with your heel. Staying centered on your lower back, your sacrum area. Softening other places too. You might notice your like tense up a little bit, maybe in your jaw, your shoulders or neck. Just relax as much as you can. Tuning into your breath. You're going to always help your breath with the long exhalation, deeper side to help release your body. Let's slowly bring that leg back up. I'm going to straighten out through the right leg, switch hands on the belt, come over to the side. Usually you don't have to go too far to feel this. Opening up that outer thigh and outer hip. Breathing here. Pushing out a little bit more with your heel. And when you're ready, you can bend that knee. You can bend your other knee and just bring those legs over to the right side. It's kind of like you're doing a twist with your left leg up and under foot underneath that right knee, but instead push that left knee up with your hand. And you get into the hip a little bit deeper here. Breathing. And then we'll start to slowly come back. Now we're centering ourselves here with the ankle, the left ankle on the front of the right thigh. Do a little push into that left leg, pushing it away from you. And then when you're ready, you can move into this position however you'd like to, whatever works best for you. Start it out with maybe the hands or maybe the belt. You can also put blocks or something underneath that right foot. You might notice that your body's a little more tight or tense today. Just give your body a bit more time to release and focus again on your breathing. Long exhalations to help your body release more deeply. You can always breathe out through your mouth. We'll stay here for about 3 or 4 more breaths. Then we'll start to release. And you can let that right foot come down, release your left leg. Again, you might want to bring those feet in close towards you, push down into the mat, lift your hips up, and then roll back down your spine. Do that one more time. And once you're coming right back down onto your back, tuck both knees in towards your chest. Give them a nice squeeze. And then you can open the knees apart, reach for your ankles or your lower legs, and bring your feet a little closer together. A version of the butterfly pose. For some people, this can be a little bit easier. But we are going to move now into that reclined version of it. So you can decide if you want. We're going to be here for about a minute or so. You can use support. The bolster is always nice. You can also just do it without support. Soles of your feet together, knees wide apart. If you're a little cool, you can cover up. Okay. It's a little cool here today, so I'm just gonna cover up and let your body relax for a few breaths. You might rock your head from side to side. And just take a few more deeper breaths in and out. With each breath out, feel yourself releasing more and more. Feel yourself settling in deeper and deeper. Releasing anything from the day, anything that might have felt like we didn't get it done, or any worries or concerns. We can release all worries. Tomorrow is a new day. I am here now. I am peaceful, centered, and relaxed. My breath breathes me now. I'm being breathed by my breath. We'll stay here for a few more moments. Just letting your body more deeply relax. It's a conscious relaxation. So you can feel yourself letting go. You can encourage your body to release and let go. Head, neck, shoulders, arms, back, hips, legs, and feet. Feel your breath move through gently, bringing in a fresh wave of nourishment on the inhale and releasing any stress or tension on the exhale, carrying it out with your breath. All right, so we are going to start to come out of this reclined pigeon, or I should say, reclined butterfly pose. If you'd like, you can bring your hands to the outsides of your legs, push them back together. You might even want to bring your feet wider apart, maybe even as wide as your mat, and let the knees come together. So the rotation, we went from an internal rotation to more of that external rotation. And if you'd like, you can tuck your knees in towards your chest. And roll over onto your side. But you're at home, so you can decide how long you stay there. And if you're ready to come up, come up. As we come up, we can end with gratitude. I am grateful for everything I have. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste. I hope you have a wonderful sleep tonight, and we'll see you again soon.